First at 4, a new sentencing in the shooting death of this woman. Why the man who was convicted is likely to serve less time behind bars. We've got breaking news as President Biden just unveiled his new plan for some relief at the gas pump. But it looks like there are roadblocks ahead. And Paula is in Pontiac.
The power and the promise of the cannabis industry on full display in one historic city, literally waiting for the grass to grow.
Still toasty across southeast Michigan, but a little bit of relief is in sight, as is some rain. We're breaking it down for you right now, first at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, a Dearborn Heights man could get out of prison a little sooner after being resentenced in the death of a woman he shot on his front porch. We followed today's hearing online as Theodore Wafer had his sentence reduced to 15 to 30 years in the 2013 shooting of Renisha McBride. She came to Wafer's home in the middle of the night, apparently looking for help after a car accident. He says he thought she was trying to break in and fired his gun through a locked screen door without calling 911 first. Wafer was originally convicted on charges of second-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter, but the second conviction was thrown out on appeal, leading to the new sentence. Wafer was originally sentenced to 17 to 32 years. He's been behind bars since 2013 and gets credit for time served. Later, we are going to hear from Wafer and McBride's mother, what they said to the judge in court, when you join us tonight at 5. We're following breaking news over in Holly after that devastating downtown fire. City leaders started meeting with business owners and residents just about an hour ago. You can see quite a few people turned out to hear about what comes next after several businesses were damaged. Fire crews still on the scene today. The flames burned down the Antiques Arcade, Andy's Place, and seriously damaged the rear of the Holly Hotel. Officials say wind affected how quickly that fire spread. Now, fortunately, no one was hurt. We do have a crew at that community meeting. We'll have a live update for you on Local 4 News at 5. State of Michigan is once again tweaking its weekly reports on the coronavirus. New numbers will now be released on Tuesdays. We're told the state is making the move to accommodate a change in how the CDC manages its data. So this week's numbers show more than 10,000 confirmed or probable cases in the past 6 days. The average daily number of cases is nearly 1,800. That is a drop from last week and a big drop from about a month ago. The state is also reporting 69 deaths linked to confirmed or probable cases of COVID. Meantime, some Metro Detroit families are among the first to get their very young children vaccinated against COVID-19. We'll be hearing their stories, why they made the decision to vaccinate, plus Dr. McGeorge talking with Dr. Anthony Fauci about this next step in the battle against the virus. The doctor is in tonight at 5. In your first forecast, we're still feeling those 90-degree temperatures, but relief is coming slowly to Metro Detroit. Let's check in with meteorologist Brett Collar. Brett, how are things shaping up?
Some relief, a little bit, not a ton, but you'll feel it with the humidity really going down. It's already started, but the next couple of days you'll really take notice. Some spots still touching 90, but most of us are in the 80s. How about 79 there in Port Huron? A good deal different for most of us compared to this time yesterday, as we're a solid 5 to 10 degrees cooler compared to 24 hours ago. Just a few clouds passing overhead, even a bit of a lake breeze forming off Lake Huron. Outside of that, we're looking forward to a quiet evening, and still mild though across Metro Detroit, and in the 70s and eventually the 60s overnight tonight. We are tracking some rain though for parts of the weekend. We'll break that down for you coming up in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Brett. Breaking this afternoon, President Joe Biden just launched new proposals to bring some relief to Americans suffering from those high prices at the gas pump. But it's not exactly clear if he has the support in Congress at the state level or from oil companies to make those plans a reality. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom this afternoon tracking the proposals and where he needs the help. Kim.
Yeah, hi, Karen. Good afternoon. So the president just spoke at the White House a short time ago. His new plan has a three-pronged approach to lower gas prices in the short term, but he cannot act unilaterally on any of them. So first, he's calling on Congress to suspend the federal tax on gasoline and diesel for 3 months. That would eliminate more than 18 cents from the price you pay for a gallon of gas. But that plan requires action from Congress, with Republicans calling it a stunt, and even some Democrats don't like the idea. The president is calling on states to suspend their gas taxes as well. That's an effort that's failed here in Michigan, at least so far it has. The president is also asking gas companies to refine more oil. Many refineries, as you know, were closed during the COVID-19 pandemic. And he's also challenging gas station owners to pass any savings on the price of oil to customers more quickly, arguing that these are not normal times.
This is a time of war, global peril, Ukraine. These are not normal times. Bring down the price you are charging at the pump to reflect the cost you are paying for the product. Do it now. Do it today. Your customers, the American people, they need relief now.
Michigan Democrats killed a plan to suspend the state's gas tax a few months ago. Governor Whitmer just sent us her new response to Biden's request, and she's focusing on other ideas, saying, quote, "In March, I called for a temporary suspension of the state sales tax on gas, and last month I proposed the My Tax rebate right now, a plan to send $500 to Michigan's working families right away," end quote. So far, we haven't received any details on that rebate proposal. So Karen will have much more coming up on all of this tonight when you join us for the news at 5 and 6. For now, we'll send it back to you.
All right, we appreciate it. Thank you, Kim.
Sure.
The U.S. Senate has taken a big step toward new gun control measures. It's a compromise that could face some criticism from all directions, but progress like this hasn't happened for a long time. The Senate moved the legislation forward with a vote of 64 to 34 overnight. 14 Republicans joined the Democrats and independents to forge the compromise. Among other things, the new bill would toughen background checks on gun buyers under 21 years old. It closes the so-called boyfriend loophole, stopping romantic partners convicted of abuse from getting firearms. It also provides money for school safety and mental health care. Democrat leader Chuck Schumer predicts final approval could come later this week. In the city of Pontiac, many business owners feel like their feet have been stuck in cement when it comes to revitalizing the downtown. They're blaming the cannabis industry, saying its long rollout has basically put everything else on hold. Paula Tutman joins us live from Pontiac this afternoon. Paula, this is all about medical marijuana and dispensaries.
Yeah, you know what, it really is. And think about this. The city of Pontiac has been working for some time to reestablish and find its new personality, as well as reestablishing its destinational status. But a lot of business owners are saying basically they feel like they are literally waiting for grass to grow while they figure out what's going to happen next to many empty buildings.
Saginaw Street is the main drag in Pontiac. You can't sling a red hat without hitting an empty storefront. This is a city desperate for a new infusion of business ideas.
And Pontiac was on a comeback. It was on a comeback, and it's still on a comeback.
4 years ago, the city of Pontiac opened up an application process for 23 medical marijuana joints, 5 of which could locate in downtown Pontiac. The process meant companies vying for permits chose their desired location or storefront as part of the application, which means for 4 years, no one has been willing to move, sell, or get out of the way while they waited to find out who would get those permits.
Sitting on their money, and they're waiting on these permits to come through for the marijuana dispensaries.
And that means storefronts and properties have remained untouched, many uninhabited, and possible new businesses have not been able to even consider locating here. So many of the property owners put all of their eggs in the bud basket, waiting for the big payday of renting or selling to one single industry, or just waiting to find out if the horse that picked their stall would make it to the finish line.
It just denoted a bad taste with new business wanting to come into downtown.
New Mayor Tim Greimel says the permits have now been settled on.
My administration, which has been in office less than 6 months, is very sympathetic with downtown business owners, and that's why we've been focused on supporting downtown businesses in a variety of ways. It's also why we really prioritize getting these conditional approvals issued within months of my taking office.
But April Ogg, the second-generation owner of this beautiful historic building that houses her consignment and antique store, says She is still waiting for the grass to grow because she's not sure if the process to move forward is quick enough or streamlined enough to get these businesses in, built out, and open.
Anybody that's outside of the medical marijuana possibly are waiting to see how efficiently that they're going to be able to open. If it's going to take another year or so for them to get open, what new business would come down and want to fight with the building department?
Okay, so here's what the mayor was talking about: 5 provisional, or I should say conditional approvals. And as you can see, this note this date, May 27th. That's when this went out. Here's a tidbit that business owners may not know, and that is more than a month, and all of those 5 conditional approvals, not one of them has even started the building application approval process, which means business owners currently continue to wait.
Oh my goodness.
Karen?
Frustrating situation, hoping that this story may make a difference and shed some light on the issue. We appreciate it. Thank you, Paula.